Hello, everybody. How are you today? So glad. Well, I said so glad you can join us like there was somebody on here. Well, hopefully somebody will come on here and we can chop it up today. As always, I hope you are having a great day, a beautiful day. So much has happened over the last week or so. You know what? Let me go ahead and turn my sound off on my phone. I always remember to do that, but I forgot because it gets kind of busy here. All right. So as you guys can see, the topic, it says, oh, and I guess I should tell you too. Hey, Jonelle, what's happening? You see the green screen and everything behind me. You don't see my regular room because my partner in crime, Donovan, who's sitting next to me, he thought that he, would make, what are we doing? We're doing a podcast now, and he's also going to make a video of this. He wants
for the YouTube channel.
For the YouTube channel. So he wants to try to make it go further than it's going. So we're going to see. So bear with us here. We got like 3 things going on. So anyway, the topic at hand says, when are some Black people, and I like to say some because, a lot of times people get offended, like, well, that's not me. You don't lump me in, So I say, when are some Black people going to stop believing the lie of Black inferiority? Now, what are the lies? And I see a couple of people on here, so I'll try to go slow so I don't have to repeat myself. So what are some of the lies of Black inferiority? And please feel free to, chime in with your own apples that you have. Hey, Xavier. Oh, thank you so much. Did I say that right? I think I said it right. Xavier Shelton. Thank you so much. So what are the lies? What are the lies of Black inferiority? Well, I wrote some down, and you guys can feel free to chime in. So some of them are, we are less than, we are not worthy, we are dumb, poor, evil, ugly, criminals. We deserve to be murdered by the police, so on and so forth. Hey, Sydney, what's happening? And Donovan, you could have just said hi. You just be right here. So I'm sure you guys can think of a whole host of other things that are lies and that Black people are inferior or less than. And so with that, we tend to believe those things. We believe that we are those things, and it leads to us being mentally enslaved. Like, we can't go outside of what we've been taught. Obviously, we've been taught those things about ourselves from slavery, that we are the things that I just read and then some. But somehow, some of us can't get out of what we've been taught. And so we won't make any moves. For example, I put up something on my page the other day. Hey, George. And I'm going to read you guys' comments in just a second. I put something on my page basically saying, if you are Black and you are still watching or participating in the NFL, you don't love yourself. And I had people challenge me, which is fine. It's their right to do so. But it's just like, how can you? And then on top of that, some people were saying, well, my team is taking a knee. And I've seen on somebody else's page, they're saying, why should I boycott because they won't give Kaepernick a job? And these are Black people. It's like, well, no, it's not just because they won't give Kaepernick a job. It's because of why he was kneeling in the first place. Now they won't give him a job. And so it's like some of us, we search for reasons to defend white superiority and perpetuating the lie that Black people are inferior. So I'll go ahead and read some of your comments. So I guess the question I have is, why do some of us still believe in the lies of Black inferiority, and what do we need to do to change that? And so I will read the comments. Donovan says, Al is at the game. I'm on D's show. No, he's not at the game. George, you say, one myth, the world is against me because I'm Black. Just not true. If you grind, you reap the fruit. Yes, and that is another myth. However, forgive me, I'm going to start sweating because these lights are so hot, but that's fine. That's sort of a myth, but it's not, because we know that there is systemic and institutional racism that keeps a lot of Black people down or held back. But I do agree with you. Some of us do use that as an excuse. Oh, well, because I'm Black, I can't do this, that, and the other, or that the man won't let me, to some degree, but to a large degree, it is true. We are being held back. And Jonelle, you say, the whole concept of Black inferiority is a lie and had to be whipped into us. We are the root of all, and we are not recessive people. We are dominant genetics. Yes, but at some point in time, and we know where that started in slavery, we started believing that we were not that. We started believing that we deserved just the least of everything, from even the stuff that we were given to eat. Okay, well, listen, I know I brought you over here from Africa, and then I got to feed you. It ain't going to be what I'm eating. It's going to be chitlins and hog mogs, whatever that is. I don't even know what a hog mog is to this day. So you guys can have that. And so all these years later, we're not me, but we're still eating that stuff. And so we believe that, because to me, I no shade to anybody who's eating that stuff, but we still believe that that's food and that's what we should be eating. So it's not. And then Georgia said, it's an excuse not to grind out. And I do agree with you on that. A lot of us we do use that. Well, why should I try? Because the man is not going to let me. The man holding me back. I don't know how true that is overall, but we do know that systemic and institutional racism does exist. And I says, I believe in your beauty. Next Sunday, the Texans are at home. Yay. Thank you. And Sydney says, I'm so numb. We have them telling us how they feel about us. Then we have us doing their job. Yes. Like I said, with the whole Kaepernick thing and the post that I made about us not loving ourselves, if we support the NFL, I got quite a bit of feedback. One of them, the feedback came from my sister. She was basically like, how dare you say we don't love ourselves as Black people, that one doesn't have anything to do with the other. And I said, well, you think about it. Think about this. You are putting your time, your effort, and your money into an entity who is unapologetic how they feel about you. They have 70% Black players, 100% white owned, with the exception of I don't know what he is. I think he's Arab or something, Jacksonville owner. With the exception of him, all white owners who know what Black men go through in this country, with police brutality and just the injustice, but yet you are going to participate in that. So that means you love that more than you love yourself and more than you love your people. And then Holland, you say, Demetra K, how are you? I am fabulous. How about you? Al says, Winco chicken forever. He's so silly. Sydney says, I can't with Amanda. Yeah, but I was able to whip her into shape because we actually got on the phone. And she was like, Demetra. And I said, Amanda, I'm going to need you to stop cooning. She started laughing. But, she understood where I was coming from. I under her point, too. But I think, at the end of the day, she understood what I was saying. Because it makes sense. Jonelle says, chemical warfare has helped the false doctrines. Even now, we eat the worst, not understanding how chemicals we digest play on our being. Yes, we continue. I don't get it. Before I went vegan, I like soul food. I didn't eat chitlins or hog mogs or fat backs and all that other stuff, because just growing up Muslim, you don't eat the swine. But I knew people who did, and it's like, why would you? I get it back then. It's like we eat this and we ain't gonna eat nothing, but we don't have to eat that no more. And then Donovan says, leave my Afro Thunder alone. Go Cowboys. No. So, at some point in time, we have to take the shackles off of our minds, because we do believe in the stereotypes and that we are inferior. Also, with the example of, you hear a lot of people say, people think the white man's ice is colder than ours. When you feel like you're inferior, yes, you are going to give 97% of $1.3 trillion away to somebody else. That somebody else being the Asians, Hispanics, white people, everybody else, because you don't feel like you or your fellow brother or sister is worthy of having your Black dollars. You feel like whatever it is they have, it's better. Or when we do something, we tend to kind of shoot it down for whatever reason. And Sydney, you says, I had a question, though. If that orange toddler is telling his supporters to boycott and they are listening, why can't we support Colin? Because it's the same. It's really, if you think about the same concept, Trump is telling his supporters now, believe it or not, which a lot of you guys probably already know, Trump has a lot of black supporters. He has a lot of black supporters. So if it comes from him, oh yes, we have to boycott. I'm friends with a lady, an elderly lady. I would say she's in her 60s, and she's a black lady, staunch Trump supporter. And everything he says, she is just like, yay. And everything somebody says contrary, including to the benefit of black people, she like goes against it. She says, it's our job to rally. We're going to rally against Kaepernick. And I asked her, why? Why are you going to rally against Kaepernick? You, as a black woman, who I'm sure you have black men in your family or whatever the case is, why would you rally against Kaepernick? Like, what is he doing that needs to be rallied against? It's odd to me. But, a lot of us we're just mentally enslaved. We do not know how to get off the plantation mentally. I was thinking about this as I was walking. I'm like, just in my mind, I can envision us, not us, but some people like walking back to the plantation and saying, hey, massa, I know we've been freed for, 160 years or so, but I just want to come back. I feel like I need to be back here. And Massa's like, I'm not even asking you to come back like that, but we're willing to do that. And so to me, it's just weird. It's weird. I mean, even watching, not because I don't have TV, I don't watch the NFL, but I've been seeing it online, the pictures. And you see a lot of the players who are kneeling, which to me is like, okay, to your point, Sydney, now you're going to kneel because Trump made you mad. But why wouldn't you kneel when Kaepernick was just, simply saying, we need to bring attention to what's going on with black people in America. And you're like, well, I'm just kind of here to play ball. I'm not really trying to get it. But Trump says something that is adversary to what you believe. Now everybody wants to do it. But even if you look at some of the pictures, there's a lot of players who aren't even kneeling. They're like, you see all of your fellow brothers and some even white people or white players are doing it, but you just ain't going to do it. Mentally enslaved. And let's see. Sydney says, I can't with Donovan as well. He's like, he can't because you and this cowboy stuff. You know what? I don't know how serious Donovan is. He likes the Cowboys. I mean, I guess everybody has their own favorite team, but come on, Donovan, get off the plantation. Elle says there was an episode of Sanford and Son when Lamont tapped into his African heritage and told Fred about the terrible eating habits of black people on how deadly and unhealthy it is. Yes, out of the few episodes, I do remember that. And Fred was like, yeah, okay. Sydney says, see the miseducation of the Negro and the miseducation of the South. Yeah, we are miseducated. And I kind of go back to George's earlier point about a lot of us saying, we're being held down. But we know that that's true to some degree. But at some point in time, we do have to go and educate ourselves and learn what we need to learn and stop taking everything on face value. Go, get in the books and Google and all this other stuff. Go get some education. At some point in time, we got to try to better ourselves so we can free ourselves. Hey, Sammy, what's happening? He said freed, but not freed. Absolutely. Yeah. Physically, we're able to, pretty much, unless you live in some parts of the sun, don't let the sun come down on you. But yeah, we're pretty much free to kind of do what we want physically, but mentally, we just can't. We cannot get off of the plantation. And then Sydney says, I give respect to the teams that did not leave the locker room, though. Yeah, but to me, that's kind of cowardly. I mean, you guys might disagree. I kind of think it's cowardly because it's like, okay, I know like 75% of you guys really don't want to do it. And so we'll just say face value and we'll all stay in the locker room. So nobody has to see who's on board and who's not on board. I think it would have meant more if they did come out and take a knee on the field to show everybody we're not with this. I mean, that's just my opinion. Jonelle says, the white nation works to keep us in mental prisons of insecurity via false images, doctrines, biased media, all in which cast us in a negative light. We are allowing others to dominate and regulate our perspective of self due to ignorance and well-programmed self-hate. Yes, that does happen. But Jonelle, we know why that is. Dr. Claude Anderson, he's been talking about it forever. And it's partly because we don't own really any media. I think he says less than 3% of the media we own. So the fact that we don't own really any media, we don't control any of the narratives or images that go out about us. And so, yes, they're always going to show us in an inferior light. And then the images you do see that are not inferior, they're going to be cooning, acting like whores, or, just the worst. You think of something like Empire or Scandal, being Mary Jane. Those people, yeah, they have, pretty high, high statuses in societies. But look at their overall character. They're not good people. They're just people with money and status doing bad things. And so we're fooled into thinking, well, we've made it. You even think of somebody like Tyler Perry, who, is the first Black-owned studio in America. But look at the garbage that he puts out. He's not putting out anything helpful to Black people. So, yeah, we need to control more of our narrative by pooling our money together and buying more media. And so, Al, you say today's Seahawks versus the Titans, and both teams did not take the field during the anthem. Yes, that's what I heard. I mean, I guess, but like I said, to me, and maybe I'm just, a little bit hard, it would have meant more if they would have actually come out to the field. Hey, sis. Elena says, this is a topic. Well, thank you. And Sydney, you said, quick question. Was JJ the first miseducated Negro on TV?
Amos and Andy.
Donovan is saying Amos and Andy. He's a TV aficionado along with Al. So, Al, maybe you know the answer to that. But I will say he's one of the first people I remember seeing, which, for some of you guys who know the history of Good Times, Florida Evans, or was Esther Roll. Esther Roll, mm-hmm. She actually threatened it at one point in time. She did leave the show because she's like, listen, I'm sorry. I can't do it all this cooning and buffooning. Like I didn't sign up for this. You killed off my husband. You got JJ cooning on every episode. Like this is not who I am. So yeah, he was very miseducated. And then you say, which is why we should boycott TV. Should we boycott TV, or should we stop giving away 97% of our income and then make our own television stations, and we can control our own narrative? We won't care what they say about us over there because we don't even watch their television shows anymore. We are watching our television shows that tell our real stories and highlight people that are going to make us better and believe that we're better. Because when you're always watching negative stuff, you tend to believe that's who you are. Imagine, being somebody who was not Black, watching those images go forth of Black people. You think, wow, those Negroes sure got issues, which we do, but not quite like that, And Al says, hey, Don, will the Cowboys take a knee today? Probably. So since they are always sucking and blowing Jerry Jones, I'll let y'all have that one. Cindy says, and the Steelers as well, Al. Okay, so all these people are hiding behind the locker room, which I guess, to me is just also weird that you waited till Trump showed his ass to do it. Oh, now you're mad. Why? And then, hey, Dean, he says, you're right. Ray Lewis got on two knees so he can say he was praying, please kick that Negro in the face. Yeah, I don't know about kicking him in the face, but I will say, to me, I laugh because it's like, come on, Ray. You've been cooning for a long time. We don't believe you. You're too far gone into the cooning for us to even believe you're serious. You're only doing it because, to me, it's like the teams are doing it because they don't want to be that team that didn't do it. And so Ray is out there like, oh, kumbaya, not just dude, get up. Donovan says, Lee, I love the topic. Word on the street is Evan got called out on his show. Yes, and we're going to talk about that, so don't let me forget. And Al says, Cole from Martin, Waldo from Family Matters, and Ned the Wino were the dumbest Black characters. Wow. Mm-hmm. Good points. Yeah, but I think they were satirically dumb. I think their characters were dumb on purpose. Not like JJ. I mean, I guess JJ was kind of dumb on purpose, but he was the lead character of the show, whether you believe it or not. JJ was the star of the show. And so I guess he was kind of like the old school Fresh Prince, if I can kind of make that comparison. Asada, what's happening? What's up with you? And then Donovan says, no, Jerry ain't going to have it. Yeehaw. Yeah, I read that. Jerry said, I wish y'all Negroes would take a knee. Y'all going to be in an unemployment line tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if he said that, but he did say he was going to be out of a job. So that's going to be interesting. What's up, Dee Dee? He said, what's the topic of discussion? The question is, when are Black people going to stop believing the lies of Black inferiority? Like, we are less than. When are we going to stop believing that? And stop playing into it, and what can we do about it? And Jonelle says, we understand our ability, our resources, and what we can do in unity to combat all negatives, and those of us with liberated minds must forge the way for the few unable. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, it don't take the masses, but the few willing to pool resources and make it happen. Yes, and that's what I was saying to somebody on my page yesterday when they were saying, well, why now? Why are we boycotting this? Now, admittedly, this individual, he's young, but I don't want to say because he's young, he's misinformed. I actually think the guy is very well informed. He's very awake for his age. But I said, well, okay, if that's how you feel, we got to start somewhere, right? Like, we can't say, well, we're not going to boycott the NFL because, my favorite team is playing. Let's wait till something else happens. We got to start somewhere. So I absolutely agree with you. Even if it's just a few of us, Jonah, we got to do something. And Sydney says, we almost had Fox out of business. That lawsuit in Europe regarding the wiretapping celebrities being fined by the EU for $2 billion, then sucked us and create an empire, made them profitable on our back. Sickening, yes. And we just dived right in, we just head first. And we don't understand, like I said, I've watched one episode of Empire against my will. I was at my sister's and she just happened to be watching it. She likes to watch it, but she's an intelligent woman, so it kind of balances out. And I was like, my God, this is what Black America is hooked into. This is what we watch. It was unbelievable to me. I just couldn't believe it. Like, when I watch stuff, I like to see if there's a learning value, something I could take away from it. But, like, everybody's team cookie, and I'm trying to figure out why. Jonelle says, Ray was 100% money move, as this is causing hardship on the pockets of the owners. Oh, absolutely. And Ray Lewis makes it no secret that I think it's the owner of the team. He'll ride or die for that dude. So, yeah, he makes it no secret. But yeah, it's like, Ray, get your ass up. You just look silly. We rather see you cooning than doing this because now it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch. To me, it was. And so Dean says, Waldo went to college, so did Jazzy Jeff. All right, so we got to take them off the list. And Al says, it's strange how Black people don't unite fully. Kerry Washington's scam character was smart and beautiful, yet a side piece homewrecker. Yeah. So it's like, yes, and the crazy part about that is, too, Shonda Rhimes is a Black woman who is the writer and creator of this show. So you would think from a Black woman's standpoint, you can make these characters, and I know the answer, but she can make these characters anything she wanted. But she chose to make the lady smart, like you said, Al, but a whore. She's screwing the president, and everybody is, Team Livy, and I'm like, why are you rooting for another woman to take another woman's man? Can we root for some other woman to take your man? I mean, weird. But I know why she doesn't, because ABC is like, well, yeah, it's cool. You want to have a Black lady being a lawyer and she's married and her and her husband that's the Cosby Show. Yeah, we don't want that again. What's happening? The TV should not tell us what's important. Attacking things from an economic perspective is the way, and stop telling, quote unquote, I'm this, we're doing this. Just do it. You said Black Congress met this weekend. Let's see. I wonder what they came up with. The same thing they came up with since their inception. Nothing at all. I mean, and Dr. Claude Anderson talks about that a lot. He says, a lot of times we hire or vote for these Black politicians. They promise us they're going to do everything. When I get there, I'm going to make sure my people, and I'm the going to be the first Black mayor and all this other stuff. And then they get there, it's like, well, yeah, now I'm the comment of everybody. I'm here to serve everybody. And so, yeah, they probably didn't come up with much. they probably came up with something to help everybody. I don't know. If you find out, James, let me know. And Cindy says, JJ is now with Ann. I think I know about black folks' culture. I heard that was a myth. I don't know how true that is, but it's like, ew.
It's not true.
Ew on Donovan saying it's not true, but it's like ew on both of their behalf.
Yeah.
Like, why would you guys find each other attractive? Ew.
But he's married to a woman that looks like her.
Oh, he's married to a woman that looks like Ann Coulter. Okay. And I think he loves Trump too, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God. So I guess maybe JJ's cooning was not, maybe it was for real. Let me try to turn my Wi-Fi off because I see that I'm kind of glitching here. Give me 1 second. Come on. Yeah, it was glitching. Hopefully that works. I don't know if you guys can still see me. I think that you can. Okay, there we go. My phone is tripping. I think that's Verizon's way of telling me, yeah, it's time for an upgrade. I won't upgrade. I have this phone for not this phone, but I haven't upgraded in 2 years. So I turned it off, so I should probably turn it back on.
But you're still going on the radio show, so you're going strong. So keep on.
I do apologize about that. Let's see. Come on back. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back?
Yep.
I'm back.
It's just slow. Yeah.
It's really okay. Hold on.
Trying to reconnect.
Hold on, you guys. Sorry about that. I do apologize. I still see the comments, so let's see if I can go with the comments. I don't know if you guys can see me. I can't see you, but I'll go ahead with the comments. Okay, so let's see. Al says, but won't buy Alicia Keys' album. Who won't buy Alicia Keys' album? Can you see if I'm still on your Facebook?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then so Sydney also say group economics. And then you say, no offense, Donovan, but I believe Texas should be sold back to Mexico. Okay, I'm still on. I just can't see myself. So you believe that it should be sold back to Mexico? Okay. And then James says, right, never watch Empire, never will. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't. I mean, I get it. We like to be entertained, but at some point in time, we need to be able to say, all right, we've had that already. Let's move on to something else. Stop watching Tyler Perry movies and say, it's black people who put you where you are. I don't know how many white people are actually going to see Tyler Perry stuff, but we need to start holding him accountable too and saying, okay, Medea was cute for 15 years, but now we need something else. Let's see what else you got. Otherwise, we're not gonna give you any more of our money. And then Benny say, while running the risk of sounding like a broken record, but I just can't stress it enough. We will have to, first of all, overall, even economics, when we have to key in our own illnesses. If we don't spearhead, let's see, where'd I go? Okay, here we go. If we don't spearhead this mental stigma we all suffer from, including myself, even the wokest of the woke of our freedom fighters suffer from this. And once we're face to face with these men, mental illnesses will never be able to move forward. There are steps to our liberation. The mind has to be unaltered and treated first, unlearn and relearn. We have to admit we are sick and not take it as an insult, but a diagnosis and a path of unity, I believe that's what you're saying. Because if we go at economics first and the mind is not right, we will operate through the eyes of our oppressors and pure individualism. You know what? I always love your perspective, Benny, because you're absolutely right. If we don't get right mentally, yeah, let's say we, finally say, okay, now we got $1.3 trillion right here. But eventually we'll just go back to that. We'll go back to saying, yeah, we don't have any black stores, or we do, but let's go over here to them and to, give our money to these people instead of keeping it at home if we don't fix what's going on here. Also, stop believing the lies of black inferiority. And you know what, you guys? Like my screen black, I can't see myself, but I can see the words. I hope you guys can still see me. This is weird, but it's kind of fun.
Buffering, yeah.
Oh, it's still buffering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's buffering every now and then.
Oh, yeah, because I see that it's actually off. Okay, so I apologize, you guys. New location, so it's just kind of... Oh, yeah, okay, it's delayed. Okay, got it. Okay, and so Sydney says, Ray Lewis looked like the man who was drunk at the club on Saturday night and was in church Sunday morning. singing with sunglasses on. Yeah, I don't know if he really wanted to be there or not, but he was there. So, like I said, to me, it was just weird to see that. And then not only did you take one knee, well, maybe his knees are bad. Maybe he needed to go on both knees. I don't know. And Al says, I wonder if Trump never said SOB, would these players and coaches be taking a knee today? No, they wouldn't be. It would still be business as usual. A few people doing it, but since, Trump kind of galvanized everybody, I guess it's like, all right, we got to do something now. And then, so let's see, Dean say Coons. Al says, JJ Ugly Ass needs some proactive bad. Wow. Leave JJ alone. And Benny says, please excuse all my typos. No, I understand. Please excuse my reading.
We restart the show and try to go back on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Because you don't see it on there?
Well, it's on there, but it's buffering really
bad.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's you said restart the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys can, I don't know, I hate to tell you guys to copy and paste your comments, but I'm going to have to restart because the show is tripping.
Just go back on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, let's see. I'm back on Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's tripping. I think I'm going to turn it off and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not really for sure.
Yeah, just stand by.
Okay. Yeah, it's tripping.
It was going fine for
I don't know what happened.
A good minute. So,
but, I hate that.
Yeah, but we're going to take it. Well, that's because you're on Verizon. For those of you guys, those of you guys that are listening, when you're on Verizon, that's exactly what happens sometimes when you're in a.
Yeah, it's now it's connected, but it's tripping for real.
Okay. So
oh my God.
Let's try it again, and we'll keep on going. But great topic so far. I really like how deep that is. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I got sweat going on.
There we go.
Oh. So as I was saying.
So here we go.
Yeah, there's people not inbox me.
Upgrade your phone.
You know what? It has been. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You got all that stuff in the background.
Let me close them.
Technical issues. But anyway, you guys have been listening to Demetra K.
Yeah, I do apologize for that.
Her 2 cents on her show. It's kind of a new format, but we're going to get it out, which is kind of good by having a podcast, so we can still continue to keep going. But great stuff so far. Just stand by.
I was a half an hour in.
Mm-hmm.
That went pretty fast. So. Yeah, I do apologize, you guys. I'm starting to bust a sweat.
Them lights are hot.
You ain't lying.
And they want 5 and 6 lights in here.
No.
So.
Yeah, this must be my phone. I don't know why it's doing that.
You need to upgrade. And by the way, Dee does use a flip phone, the ones from the 90s.
Can you go on that My Life feed and tell them I'll be right back? Mm-hmm. That I'm trying to that I apologize. Something is going on with my phone.
Mm-hmm. So. No, we see it. It's just delayed.
Is that weird, huh?
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I probably got just too much stuff on here.
Yeah, you have to clear your cache and stuff when you're going to go on this thing live. But
yeah, it does fine at home.
Mm-hmm. Because look.
I'm still talking. That's funny. That is hilarious. I'm uninstalling a lot of this shit on here. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I'm still.
We're on the internet.
I try not to.
You're still talking?
No, I'm not. That's delayed for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm getting all. Hold on. Let me take some of this stuff off. It's just taking too much space.
It's taking too space. Yeah, you got to clear your phone when you're doing all this stuff.
Yeah, and upload all this bullcrap on my phone.
Are we back yet?
I'll tell her I'm coming right back. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Blame it on Deanna. She's not here.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, that works. Oh my God.
Better?
Oh yes.
Because you've got Wi-Fi, you've got Verizon, so...
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Everything's working on my phone, so There's nothing else pulling. Here we go. Let's try it again. We'll bring you a
you know what? I definitely do apologize. I apologize to everybody on the podcast and who's going to watch this video. You know, sometimes things happen. It's life. What happened was, this is when you know it's going to be some mess. Okay?
She got a flip phone.
I don't have a flip phone. What had happened was, can you tell them I'm on again?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What had happened was, okay, see, my daughter moved to San Francisco. She's in school there. And so she put all these apps and stuff on my phone. She wants to Snapchat with me. Then she put on Spotify and all this other stuff. And so it like was slowing down the progress or speed or whatever of my phone. And so now it's working much better. It's not glitching or any of that. So I'm sorry. I do apologize. Okay.
There you go.
My bad. And I hate the fact that you guys wrote all those comments, and I don't know if you want to copy and paste your comments. It's a lot of work, I know. But anyway, I forgot even where I was. I had to clear some of that stuff off of my phone.
With Ray Lewis being a coon.
Donovan said we left off with Ray Lewis cooning. I don't think Ray is going to stop doing that. He said, Donovan says we're dealing with these flip phones. No, I don't have a flip phone. I'm sorry, you guys. It's been a long time since that has happened. But life happens.
Yeah, a lot of apps. You got to get rid of this stuff.
If you guys want to, maybe post your comments again or what have you. You know what? Can I see your phone and I can maybe address some of the comments until people come back?
Sure.
This is the beauty of having Donovan here.
There you go.
Sorry, Sydney. I do apologize. What I'm going to try to do is get his phone. And so, it's weird. Oh, wait, I'm looking at myself. Oh my God, it's creeping me out. No. No, I was talking about the old. The old. So, I do apologize. So basically, for those of you who are here, we were talking about why is it so hard for Black people to stop believing the lie of Black inferiority and that we are less than, and all the negative stereotypes that go forth about us. Why is it so hard to do that? And since, my phone got to tripping, as Donna would say, flip phone, he's lying, was tripping. You guys can, we can open it up now. You can ask me whatever it is you want. Some things that you have seen go on. I know that Kanika Jenkins thing, has taken a lot of twists and turns and I can't keep up. Donovan, he's been following it like who can we some private detective.
I've been like Inspector Gadget. I've been on it. Yeah,
he's been on it. So, like I said, I do apologize. I don't even know who's on here, but it's not glitching or anything anymore. I hate that because it's like I lose my concentration and all that. Al says blame it on Cap since everyone else is. No, I'm going to blame it on Obama. And you know what? Not an Obama phone. Okay. But I know you guys had some, great comments and things that you guys wanted to talk about. And Al says, please, enough of the Kanika Jenkins shit. Al said he's sick of it. Okay, he's sick of it.
Okay, wait. Before he gets sick of it, though, ask him about why I was taking the task for talking about the Ratchet Mom. Let's not talk about Kanika, talk about the Ratchet Mom.
Okay, so Donovan wants to talk about some of the stuff that he's gone through this past week. He was actually raked over the coals. He was raked over the coals by women because he questioned the parenting of Kanika Jenkins' mother. He wanted to. He's basically saying that the way she was raised may have put her in the situation. And Sydney said he missed it. So he was basically saying, I'm paraphrasing, that Kanika's mother's lack of parenting perhaps put her in a situation that she was in. Not saying that she deserved to be dead, but it perhaps put her where she's at. And so a lot of people came to the page and because we have YouTube and all that, it came to these entities and raked his black behind over the coals, called him all kind of stuff, everything but the child of God. So, I don't know if it was a fun week for Donovan, but they didn't like his stance on it at all. And then Al says, Kanisha means is ratchet and she wants to hook up with you, Donovan. No. Well, again, we're not going to, Kanisha's mama. Oh, I'm about to say, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I don't know, Donovan. But again, like I said, I do apologize about what happened on the last live feed. Is just terrible. I feel terrible. I don't think I'll ever eat again. But let me stop lying.
But on this football thing, do you think anything's going to change?
That's a good question. Donovan wants to know regarding the football stance that the football players are now doing. Are things going to change? I would say now at this point, they're going to have to take it to the next level. Okay, so now you guys came out today and you took a knee, but are you going to take it next week? Are you still going to be in the locker room? What's the next level? You guys going to stop playing? You're going to boycott? What's going to happen next? That's what I want to know. Is there something else you're going to do other than, okay, Trump says something to piss everybody off. Let's go out there and act anti. And then next week we'll be right back to business as usual. Okay,
on Facebook Live real quick. If football players are disgraceful for not standing for the national anthem, what about the fans or people in movie theaters?
See, and that's the question. He's saying, what about the people who don't stand in movie theaters or any other places where the national anthem is played? Let's be honest. America and a certain sector of America have a problem that Kaepernick, who was a black man, took a knee in protest of police brutality and the treatment of black people. I mean, that's really what it's about. And so they don't care that they're not standing. They just don't want your black ass to, as they say, disrespect the flag or disrespect the national anthem. But let's be honest, there's a lot of black blood on the flag, and a lot of the national anthem was written out of, what's his name, Francis Keyes, the guy who wrote it. He was pissed off because he was losing his slaves, and he was like, well, shit, I hope you guys all die. Your slaves die. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of where he was going with it. And so, some parts of America they're mad at black people because we don't want to stand for that. And thanks to Kaepernick, he brought awareness to it. A lot of us didn't even know there was a third stanza to the song. Like, word? We've been singing and standing for this song. And Whitney Houston and Marvin Gaye, they got the, Jimi Hendrix even, they got the best, renditions of the national anthem. And that's what it was saying. But again, when you don't educate yourself. But, that was one thing that Kaepernick's, whatever he was doing, he brought awareness to it. Like, I don't ever want to sing that again, And let's see. And Jonelle, he says, how is Trump for America and the flag not paying his taxes? Listen, that don't apply to Trump, okay? You don't worry about Trump. I mean, really, that's kind of where people are going with it, especially his supporters. Oh, well, you don't know what he's doing, and Trump is going to release his, it's like, dude, not for us, us niggas, we shouldn't be worried about that kind of stuff. We just need to be worried about us being patriotic. Like I would say, the most unpatriotic thing you could do to somebody is bring them through the Middle Passage shackled, 3, 4, 5, 6 months voyage in the worst conditions possible, and then bring them over here and say, now pick my cotton. Like, how patriotic is that? I mean, if you really want to think about it. And then Sydney says, I did not stand since I was 14 and no one said a thing. Well, growing up Muslim with a Muslim daddy, we were taught early on that the flag and the Pledge of Allegiance, it ain't nothing to do with you. And so I rarely did it either. Some of my teachers took issue with it, but my parents were like, hey, it's her right not to do that. And there is no justice for all. So you're asking her to pledge allegiance to something that is not talking about her. Don't you find that odd? But I think some of them, we're just so conditioned into saying and doing these things just because we're told we're supposed to, because it's patriotic if we do it. And so you also say, Sydney, this is not Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid. Trump supporters want us to drink the cyanide. Yes, well, because they've drank the cyanide and they know it's cyanide. They drink it and they want us to drink it or spend our disbelief. Like, we see that Trump is terrible, not even just a terrible president, but he's a terrible person But they want us to overlook that kind of stuff. But, let Obama wear the wrong suit color on the wrong day. Oh, he's